Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Always? What are we digging into today?
Today, Africa's economy is on the table.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. Tons of people wanting to know what's driving things over there. And we actually got some really interesting data from First Post pointing out the real power players in the African economy.
Right. Because it's always growing and changing so fast.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people, they hear Africa's booming and they think, oh, every country must be doing amazing, but
It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation.
not at all. It's actually pretty fascinating how uneven the distribution of economic power is across the continent.
Yeah, definitely a lot of contrast to unpack there.
Okay, so picture this. Africa's total GDP right now, $2.8 trillion.
Wow.
Yeah. To put that in perspective, that's like the entire UK economy.
Seriously?
Yeah. So we're talking serious economic weight, right? And over 1.4 billion people.
That's a huge chunk of the global population.
Huge. And it's only getting bigger. Predictions are saying like 3.4% growth.
Which is really healthy, but I bet that growth isn't spread evenly, is it?
Exactly. That's what makes it so interesting. We're about to meet the big five.
Okay, not the animals this time, I'm guessing.
Nope. Though they are economic powerhouses in their own right, tourism and all that. But no, I'm talking about the five countries that basically carry almost half of Africa's entire GDP on their shoulders.
Wow. Leaving 48 others to, split the rest? That's quite a disparity.
It really is. Okay, so drum roll, please.
Yeah.
Number one, South Africa. It's like the powerhouse of the continent. Finance, manufacturing, and let's not forget all that glittering gold and platinum production.
Right. They're global leaders in that, aren't they? It's huge for their economy, but also I'd imagine there are challenges that come with managing all those resources responsibly.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, next up we've got Egypt. Strategically brilliant, right? They've got the Suez Canal, which sees something like 12% of global trade flowing right through it.
Major maritime choke point. Plus, they've got the pyramids, which just screams tourism revenue.
Exactly. All right, moving on to Algeria.
Ah, yes, the gas giant.
They are. They're supplying a good chunk of the world's natural gas, which means
They're essentially fueling economies around the globe.
literally. Okay, cannot forget about Nigeria.
Africa's biggest oil producer.
Yeah, major player in the global energy market.
Definitely one to watch. All right, who's our last contender?
Last but definitely not least, we have Ethiopia. And they're interesting because they're not playing the same game as the others. While everyone else is focused on industry, Ethiopia is all about agriculture.
Really? I didn't know that. What's their main export?
Coffee. They're actually the world's fifth largest coffee exporter, and it just goes to show that a strong agricultural sector can be a major economic driver.
Absolutely. Although I imagine they're also at the mercy of global commodity prices, right? If the coffee market crashes.
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword for sure. So you see the range we're dealing with here. Bustling factories in South Africa, serene coffee plantations in Ethiopia. It's quite the contrast, right?
It really is. But I'm curious, what does this kind of diversity actually mean for Africa's overall growth?
Right. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, we're talking about these big five economies booming, but at the same time, you've got a lot of other African nations dealing with serious hurdles, political instability, lack of investment.
Right. So it's not just about growth at that point. It's about equitable growth.
Exactly.
Making sure everyone benefits.
Right. Which is a whole other challenge in itself. So what do you think? Can Africa find a way to harness the success of these big five to uplift the entire continent?
It's going to be a long and complex journey.
That's for sure. And definitely something we'll be keeping an eye on. All right, everyone, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. We hope this has given you some food for thought.
Lots to think about.
Isn't there? Thanks for joining us.